Our next guest is Hollywood icon James Brolin. Now he's starring in the new Netflix drama. It's called Ransom Canyon. It's a contemporary Western about three families fighting for control of the land, of course, in their Texas ranching town. So Brolin plays, I love this name, ranch owner Cap Fuller. Cool name. In this clip, he cancels a meeting about selling his land to the dismay of his ranch hand, who may or may not have ulterior motives.
Fresh out of almond milk, soy boy.
Good one.
Horses get them shots.
Yes, sir.
Good man.
What are you up to?
I guess you ain't a fisherman.
Thought you had that sit down with Austin Water and Power today.
Not anymore. I cleared my schedule.
Wait, you canceled it? Why?
Wanted a me day down at the spa.
Really?
No, because I felt like it.
So you're not even gonna hear him out?
Why are you so damned interested in what I'm doing all of a sudden?
Good actor.
Oh, James Brolin. I love that line, Jim, where it says, I just wanted a me day down at the spa. I mean, so he has a great sense of humor, Cap Fuller, but you say about the two of you are both fun old codgers, another word for geezer. I know you don't see yourself as an old geezer. I know you don't.
No. I'm worried about it. No, I refuse, and my wife is so good at working out. She's 3-4 days a week, never misses. And I was working out for a while with Laird Hamilton, which really woke me up. I mean, they put you in 13 feet of water with weight in each hand. And if you want to breathe, you have to get to the top,
But this is the thing. You love Westerns. You have always loved Westerns. You lived on a ranch back in the day. This is your happy place, playing a cowboy.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to be a cowboy.
Yeah, and that started with, Hoppy and Roy Rogers and Gene Autry. And as a kid, you'd see me in a hat with a gun slung here at 6 years old.
Yeah.
And, it was kind of fantasy. So my dad was a developer, and we had a couple of horses, which I learned to shovel all the excrement away and,
Excrement.
got to feel comfortable with horses. So it was in my second year of Welby, I kept seeing this ad for this ranch, and I thought, this guy's either the greatest rider or might look like this. And 6 months later, I read it in New York Times, Western Horseman, and I said, I got to go see this place.
Yeah.
So I bought it within 20 minutes of being there. Ended up with 100 head of cattle and 65 head of horses, and really thought I was that's a tough business.
And here you are.
Here you are. So at a young age, you were comfortable on a ranch.
Yeah.
But at a young age, I hear you weren't comfortable on a stage. You had to overcome stage fright early on in your career.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, my first job, I said, now I wouldn't have to talk, would I? Because they wanted me to drive a truck in this commercial. And I got an agent from those Dodge commercials with BBD&O. And the next thing I knew, I'm under contract for almost no money at 20th Century Fox. And I thought, well, I'll just get in there and I'll change jobs and I'll be a director. That'll be great. So I found out that's not the way they do things. So I said, I'm either going to wash out or I'm going to school. So I was in workshop every night. At that time, each workshop was about $35 a month. Now it's prohibitive.
Of course.
Yeah. But I was either rehearsing with some girl, getting a scene ready, or in front of everybody, paying them to humiliate me every night.
But look at you
and
back
I mean,
then.
humiliate.
Yeah. So you can get over that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And a couple years later, got a little easier. I'd drive home and go, I'm not dead.
You're not. No, and
This is working.
I'm still here.
you're right. You've had so many iconic roles, but I don't know if people know that you were offered the role of James Bond to play an Octopussy, and you even
was?
Yes,
You were?
Did you?
Yeah.
He was going to be James Bond.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything
No,
had
I
been
was
signed.
I didn't know
literally
that.
hired.
He was hired. He was moving to London.
But we hadn't
I didn't
signed
know
it
that.
yet.
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
Roger Moore, who said, I'm finished, after I was there, and he realized that somebody else was taking over. He says, "All right, I'll do one more." That was Octopussy.
Oh.
And I had been working. I had my flat. I was home buying all kinds of good clothes on Rodeo. And
Oh man!
I heard, "Oh no, you're out now."
Wow.
But I did 2 tests
But
for them.
you know what, Jim? It seems to have worked out for you.
Yeah.
It seems to have worked out okay.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, it would have been fun, and you're still having fun. We thank you. Our best to Barbara. We're always glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Ransom Canyon, by the way, is streaming right now
It's a good show.
on Netflix. It's a very good show.
Yeah, it did turn out pretty good.
Turned out okay.